In this chapter, I'm going to talk about the brief. Let's imagine we are creating a character for a studio, for a film, TV show, or cinematic. So what is a brief? It's an overview of what we are going to make and how to do it. Usually, alongside the brief, you're going to receive production design and character design. Many times, you will have orthographic view, front, side, and back to clarify the design before it's built in 3D. This really depends on the studio and the size of the project. Sometimes they invested a lot of time to create all this design, but sometimes you will be ended only at 3/4 view. So it's your job as a modeler to figure out all the rest. We need to know in which environment the character lives. There should be also a character biography and a backstory. This can be really extensive or can be quite brief. There will be technical specification about how the character needs to be built. This may vary depending on the studio, but typically you will be ended a base mesh. There will be material callout, reference images of material of which the character or the clothing or the accessories are made of. Target quality are examples of similar work or project for the standard that we need to reach. After gathering all this information, it's time for you to create your own mood board. Let's have a look at our brief now. The character is called Takeshi the Frog. Is a humanoid frog or a frog humanoid. The genre is sci-fi. The era is feudal Japan between past and future, so it's quite a fantasy character. The physiology is a humanoid frog. The occupation is a peasant ronin that doesn't belong to any place. His personality is a grumpy dreamer and a free spirit. The original habitat is a swamp web. The materials: wet skin, coarse fabric, wood and stones. The color: bright green, orange, red and yellow. Now is the time to start our research. The internet is obviously one of the best places. Pinterest is something that I use a lot. You can buy also reference packs from ArtStation. Photobash.org is a great resource. characterdesign.com is another really good website. About clothing, you can search historical clothing. For example, website as armstreet.com is very, very good. Or you can take your own photographs. Human anatomy is something that you should really learn if you want to be a good character artist. I strongly recommend to read these books and invest time into it. Anatomy for 3D artists, anatomy for sculptors should be always on your desk. You should also learn about animal anatomy as much as possible if you want to create creatures that are believable. Nothing can be created on thin air. Everything should be based and grounded on reality, and the only way to do it is really get to know the real anatomy of animals. This is the quality bar I want to set for this project. It's basically the quality I want to reach at the end of the final renders. On the left, one of my previous work, inspired to an axolot. In the middle, Michael Lelièvre is a French artist who I really admire. He often mixes fish with humans. And at the end, Edoardo Porcelli. I love the texture of this character and the attitude. I'm going to go for this sort of look. This is the mood board for the project. As you can see, I just finished the design and I put some callouts for the head, for example, for the clothing and accessories. On the top part of my mood board, I have the brief, so I can always keep track of what I'm doing and refer back to it. Here there is a little biography of the character. Here are some inspirational images and quality bar. Here more specific references, for example, frogs, that will help me to sculpt and model the head. Some inspirational faces. This project is in part inspired to Takeshi Shimura, which I think is one of the greatest Japanese actors. Here, costume references, hands, and human anatomy. Here, more references about the backpack and accessories. Here, the environment, which actually is very, very important. We need to think that a character or creature is living in a certain environment, and the environment is going to affect the color, the shapes, and the material that this character and creature will bring with him. So, for example, some elements of the backpack are very similar to environment elements and materials, and this is very important to create a cohesive world in which the character is going to live. Here on the right side, I also have like a workflow chart. I put all the steps that I need to accomplish this project. So here, as you can see, the concept stage, which is finished, and I'm here starting the modeling. So I break down all the tasks that I have ahead of me. So this is all the modeling part, the clothing, backpack and accessories, textures, rendering, and compositing. In this way, I can keep track of the project. This is only the starting mood board, it's not the final, because for sure, throughout the project, I'm going to need more and more references. For example, I want to know more about these trousers, so I'm going to search more images about the trousers, or maybe I need more information about the hand. So this mood board is going to change and be probably much bigger by the end of this project. But this is a really good starting point, I think. I'm going to spend a few words about PureRef. PureReference is the software I'm using to create mood boards, and I believe by now is the industry standard. Everybody I know uses PureRef. It's very, very easy to use. You can drag and drop any image from the internet or from a folder. With Ctrl Alt left arrow, if you select them, Ctrl Alt left arrow, you can give them the same height. Ctrl P to group them, then you can select and Ctrl G to group. You can change the color of the background. With Ctrl N, you can add text, for example, heads. When you're done, you can lock the group, and nothing is going to change inside the group. In this way, it's very, very easy and fast to create mood boards and create groups for the different items. A new feature that I found really interesting and useful, this new functionality, Ctrl D, you can take notes. So this became not only a place where you put all your images, but also a place where you can store all your notes and corrections.